Hi, I'm Ciarán Flynn with Legrand AV. I'm here at Innovation House to have a quick whistle-stop tour of our Legrand AV room. Let's have a little dive in, come on. So Legrand AV are all about helping shape amazing AV experiences and spaces. We've got loads of different brands that all help sort of form this wider solution, and they've got lots of little different bits around it that help all combine to just create and help you create these amazing spaces, whether that be Middle Atlantic for racks and technical furniture, or Chief for display mounts or projector mounts. We have Projector and Daylight for projector screens. We've got Luxor for networking and wireless access points. We have Vadio for a ridiculous array of amazing cameras, and we've got C2G for anything you might need on connectivity issues. Do you want to have a look at some racks? Let's go this way. So we have our RFR rack, which is a nice aesthetically pleasing rack as far as they go. Standard 19-inch wide, looks nice and lovely. In it, and this is why it's the heart of any sort of like AV experience really, is the fact that this is housing all the kit that's running the magic that is in the room. We've got our Easy IP mixer running a couple of cameras. We've got our Epic 5 from Luxor, which is a wired router. We've got our AMS 1816P, which is a switch that's running everything else that is connected PoE. So it's nice, it's sleek, does exactly what it says on the tin. On the top of it, we've got our Consist mount, which is beautiful. It's got AV features at an IT price point, so that's really, really nice. And it's holding our device controller, which is what we use for our camera switching on the Easy IP system for Vadio. Moving past this lovely little trip hazard, these are service racks for our AXS IR rack. This is meant to be installed in lots of lovely places, whether it's going into custom install, into a yacht, a data center. It's got cable tracks on the back that manage a cable that's going into the rack, and the beauty of it means that when your rack builder is working, they can actually gain full access to everything here in a nice working environment rather than being stuck on your hands and knees and moving around. And the idea is once it's all built, this lovely slots back into place, then can get locked away. You can remove this wonderful trip hazard that lives in your installation van, and you don't have to worry about it. And all that the customer sees is a nice, clean, slick install. Moving on to the flagship rack, this is the BGR. BGR rack has got some ridiculously lovely features. So these are the forward and lever lock compatible. Everything that we do innovation-wise at Legrand AV is about listening to installers, AV engineers, and saving time and helping processes. So between these lovely little bits, some boffin has worked out that you can save up to 15% on install time, which is a proper ka-ching moment, because we'll just leave that there. The less time that you spend on site putting all of this together, the more money you make, and also the easier it is to work with, the better experience for the customer, so everyone's winning. And then we've got a Slim 5 rack, nice open-sided. It's not on a lovely little turntable, it's just got wheels. But the idea is that you can come and you can get an idea and understanding of any of your rack requirements, no matter how big or small that they are, what environment they're going into, and we've got a complete range of stuff that will suit any need. The big thing to remember about Middle Atlantic is there are thousands and thousands of part codes. You can have pretty much anything you want. If you want a custom faceplate for a skybox, go to legrandav.com, check out the website, and you'll be able to find it there. Middle Atlantic also do a great deal of technical furniture though. Let's have a look at some of that. Right, Middle Atlantic furniture. So this is the Arc table. Nice, clean, curvy, looks pretty, and it has got some lovely features. So it's very well designed. It's got acoustic felt around it, loads of cable management, and if you were going to want to join some together to create a wider crescent or an arc, you can do indeed. In the US and other markets, it has got power options that come with it as available options, so that you can mask it up, have integrated power on it, and that works really well. Not available throughout the whole of Europe yet, just because there's lots of different plugs, you know. Behind me, we've got the Forum. This is a lovely, either standalone or floor-to-wall scenario for housing AV equipment and making a one-stop solution. So we've got the Easy IP20 camera above it, and then we've got a lovely screen. There's acoustic felt on either side of it, and this really encapsulates the screen and the sound and gives bounce back. So if you've got it in a big wide open space, anywhere with a lot of glass, the acoustic treatment in the felt makes a massive difference on the sound quality in the room and also what gets out of the room. It's got lever lock compatibility in it behind in the mast, which is nice and easy. And it also has got, in this model, 2U of vertical rack space on either side. So we've got a power module in there, a 1-link bridge from Vadio, and then the AV Bridge 2x1, which enables you to put content in, USB out. Very, very handy box. And then it's got another AMS 1816P Luxor switch in there. This comes in quite a few different flavors. We're now up to a 21 by 9 105 inch. You can have dual 75, 65 or 55. And if you want it, floor to wall or freestanding, that's an option too. If you go for the really big one, you end up with 3 cabinets at the bottom. And again, if you go for a smaller one, you end up with 2. But it's a fantastic bit of kit, very nice and high end, very clean lines. And if you put it into a boardroom or a nice suite, very clean way to do a lovely install with everything in the box and done. And it also comes pretty much fully built, so installing it is easy. Just past this, we've got some chief stuff to look at. So here we have our XPD-1U. This is a electrically height adjustable stand that can hold some gargantuous screens. It really is lovely and nice and smooth. It operates beautifully. It comes with a remote if you want to do some amazing presenting, which I'm not capable of doing, but it works really, really nicely. Upsy downsy. Also in this line of products, the aesthetics, the design, it stays the same throughout the range. So if you want to match your customer's estate, and you need a trolley in this room or a car, and on that room you need a floor to wall or wall to floor, depending on your terminology, you could swap the P in the code for an F and go for an XFA1UB. They've got some storage in the bottom of the mast, which is nice and easy for some small peripheral devices. Again, all designed to keep the install nice and clean. On the screen itself, we have got probably the best bracket tool in the market. I've used a lot and sold a lot of bent metal over the last decade, and this is one that I go back to every single day. If you go onto legrandav.com, our website, click on the tools button and then click the mount finder, you get to here. In this box, the model type, you can put in a camera, you could put in a display, meaning a screen, or you can put in a projector. You select the manufacturer, the model number, hit go, and it will populate you with whatever you want to mount it. On the left-hand side, it will come up, and then you can choose whether you want to put it on a cart, whether you want it on the ceiling, whether you want it on the wall, and it will give you breakdown options for each of those to custom your search for what you want. That is the best tool for saving time for installers, resellers, anyone that you need. It will give you a snapshot exactly what will work. And if you click on a product in our website itself, like if you put in the XPD-1U, there is a compatibility tab on that also, so you can check your screen back to front if you want to do it that way around instead. On the ceiling here, we've got the SYS-AUW, which is the projector mount, or the Sisao as we call it. This is a super quick, nice and easy install. All of the chief gear is installer inspired, and it is designed to save time and effort on site. This is specifically for suspended ceiling. There are many, many of those in buildings throughout Europe, all over Europe. And basically it hooks over the framework. There are some nice security wires that go up to air conditioning ducts, whatever darkness happens up there in the realm of Mordor above the ceiling that no one cares about. But basically you've got a nice, safe, secure mount with micro adjustment that lines up so that you can have a wonderful image, which brings us nicely onto projection screens. Right, so projector screens. Projector screens have stayed the same for quite a long time, and Legrand AV have got 2 brands with the most remarkable history. So the term the silver screen, that's originally daylight. Projector have been around for 70 years as well, so there are not a lot of people on the planet that know more about projection screens than the guys at Legrand AV. This is an innovation called Sightline, and you can see here it's a ceiling recessed screen. It's held up with tiny little catenary wires and cables, and we've worked out a way in order to get this to drop naturally without having creases through the screen. So it looks lovely, but more importantly for the installer on site, it means that you don't need to come out beforehand and do lots of complicated measurements for your throw and where you want it, and it nicely sits and it floats on the wall here, because it comes as standard with 180 centimeters or 6 foot of drop, which is adjustable. So you can turn around and say, I want 10 inches of drop, I want 12 inches of drop, or you want 90 centimeters, you're going for whatever you want. It's available at the moment into screens that are 4 meters wide. The standard drop is 180 centimeters, but it is going to a 3 meter drop, and custom options are going to be available very, very soon. So this is really, really nice, very, very sleek. It is sitting above our Mid-Atlantic C3 credenza, which is all about keeping all of your AV, again, housed in one place. If you didn't want a standalone rack as seen over there, or one of the larger racks, you can have a credenza that sits underneath the screen, and it looks nice and simple. This has got 4U of rack mounting space vertically in each cupboard. So you can stick a plethora of product in here, thermal management, so you know it's not going to go bang or create some horrific sort of fire, and everything will look lovely. Moving past that, we've got our L5 Lectern, which has got a pull-out tray if you wanted a keyboard on it. And if you need to sit here and give a nice speech about why you've done something wrong, it's a perfect thing to lean on and make yourself feel better. It's also got a lockable cabinet underneath for keeping things in it. And there is a rack in there as well. So nice little solutions for clean spaces and being able to do all you need in a corporate or an education environment. So Vadio, strapline for Vadio is the art of easy, and that's exactly what it is. It's a blend between video and audio. There are loads and loads of different solutions. There are more cameras than you can shake a stick at, and depending on what connectivity you want in the back of your camera, what cables need to go out, how you want to power it, there are loads of different options. On legrandav.com, we've got a nice little selection tool and a sort of decision tree, if you will, that helps you go through and select what you need for a camera. But Vadio has got solutions that will make any install specifically for video or audio much, much easier and help you deliver stuff. Here at Innovation House, we've got an easy IP setup. That is basically a camera, the signal is running through IP cable, so Cat6 cable, which gets rid of a lot of the historic USB installation problems for cable runs. It means you can run up to 100 meters, and it's nice and easy. Specifically in this room, we have a fake divisible room setup. So if we imagine an imaginary wall in the middle of the room, left-hand side over there would be meeting room 1. We could have our ceiling mic D, we could have our twin mono amp and some speakers, so we could have a meeting room running with a camera, with audio, with everything working lovely on that side of the room. Over here, we could have meeting room 2 with the same sort of setup. We might be using different cameras. Point is, room number 3 will be when we take the imaginary wall away and open it up. We want to utilize potentially a different camera with a wider field of view, or we might want something with a greater level of optical zoom. Point is, we've got something for every opportunity within this room. There are some really nice selections pointing at the different technologies and how we can help out. So the other thing briefly to highlight is the fact that Vadio has got some amazing, what I call little black magic boxes. And that could be the AV bridge, which is converting signal into USB. It could be a one-link bridge, a one-link express. There are lots and lots of different solutions that can help solve your problems on site. So let's take a look at some of the other cameras in the room. Here we have the Easy IP20 camera. It's got 20 times optical zoom. It's got PoE power and HDMI video output. It can support up to 2 Easy IP mixers or decoders simultaneously, and it's got a 70.2 degree field of view. Here we have the Easy IP10 camera. It's got 10 times optical zoom, a 67 degree field of view, and it's got a PoE port in the back, and it can again support up to 2 Easy IP mixers or decoders simultaneously. Here we have our Robo Flip 30 HD Base T pan, tilt and zoom camera, 30 times optical zoom, and it comes with 70.2 degree field of view. It is fantastic. It's a document camera, or if you need to focus in on some really, really specific work. Right, we've got 2 cameras here. We've got the RoboShot 12E USB connection. Lovely, lovely little camera there. It's really nice for loads and loads of different applications. And just below it, we've got the IntelliShot M. This is an auto-framing, auto-tracking camera where you can mask out different areas of the room. It has got the best quality of any Microsoft Teams camera on the market currently. So a very good friend of mine who is Dutch tells me. It's an awesome, awesome bit of kit. It's well worth coming down just to try and explore what more you can do with it and what environments it goes into. As you can see, there are loads of products in this Legrand AV room here at Innovation House. There are more products here than I can actually focus on in a video, and more than that you will be prepared to sit there and watch, and I do not blame you. The best thing you can do is come and experience it in the flesh. Come and get a feel of it. Come and actually get to grips with the technology. Reach out to your Midwich account manager, speak to your external, book a demo down in the exhibition space downstairs, the Experience Centre. It is like a sweet shop for AV. It's a fantastic, safe space to bring your customers along to, and actually see what is attainable and achievable realistically within the world of AV. It's a fantastic space for that. The people are amazing, brilliant, brilliant knowledge and basis of what can be done. And here at Legrand AV, we are all about creating amazing AV experiences and amazing AV spaces. This is one of them. Please come and see it. Thanks very much for watching.